Gurubhyo Namaha. I welcome everyone to the next session on Class 8 Mathematics. This is Chapter 6 Squares and Square Roots, and this session will be continuation of the previous session, and this is Part 2 Introduction. Before starting with today's session, math, the only subject that counts. Children, I repeat, math, the only subject that counts. I hope math, the only subject that counts. So let me start on today's session. So today we are going to learn how to find the square root of the given number by using long division method. So already in the previous session we have discussed two methods. One is repeated subtraction and the other one is prime factorization. Here we are going to learn the new concept, that is finding the square root of any given number by long division method. This will be very helpful for you in your higher classes also. So please revise this topic very well. This is more important topic. Only by this method you will know how to find the square root of a given number, and this is one of the easiest method also. If you compare this with prime factorization, this is more easy than prime factorization. So let us consider an example. So here the example is you have to find the square root of 225 by using long division. So let us start. Let us see how to find the square root of 225. So we have to find out square root of 225. The method we are going to use here is long division. Let us see the first step. So children, in the first step, what you have to do is you have to separate the numbers in terms of bars. That is bars. See the given number, that is, first I have written it as 225. Then I have separated this number in terms of bars. We have to start from the last. So we have to take two numbers in one bar. So I have given a bar over 25. The next number, there is only one number that is left over, that is 2. That is being given a separate bar. So here, before continuing with long division, till you are very clear, you can write these steps in one of the corner. After you are thorough, then you need not write this. So we already know 1 into 1 is 1, 2 into 2 is 4, and 3 into 3 is 9, 4 into 4 is equal to 16, and 5 into 5 is equal to 25, 6 into 6 is equal to 36, 7 into 7 is equal to 49, and 8 into 8 is 64, and 9 into 9 is 81. Just I am writing the square table till 9. So let us see the first number. The first number is 2. So you have to see for 2 what you can write. That is what can be the possible first digit of the quotient. So 2, as 2 into 2 is equal to 4, you cannot take this option. So the only possible option you can fill here is 1 into 1 is 1. So write 1 as the first digit of the quotient. Now the divisor is also 1. So 1 multiplied by 1 will give you the result as 1. Now you have to subtract 2 and 1. After subtracting 2 and 1, your remainder will be 1. Now you have to bring down this is step 1. The continuation is in the next step. So you have got the remainder as 1. Now your new dividend will be, you have to bring the next digit. Children, if you are performing normal division, you bring only one number. But as it is square root, we have separated the number in terms of bars. That is, two numbers are there in one bar. So you have to bring the entire number, that is 25, to the next step. So here your number 125 will be your new dividend. We will see the next step. So now you have got the new dividend as 125. Let us continue. So here, so after writing the first digit of the quotient, that is 1, whatever the quotient here is, you have to multiply this with 2. So here we have written 1. So 1 multiplied by 2 is 2. So in the next step, you have to place some number here, that is a box given in the blue color. What number you are going to place in this blue color box, the same number you have to place on the top. That is, that number will be the second digit of the quotient. So let us see. As I have told you in the previous step, see, I have written the square table here. Now you have to check for the option. See the new dividend. The new dividend is ending with 5. So let us go to the previous slide to check which number is ending with 5. So the only option which you can take here is, that is 5 into 5 is equal to 25. Let us now place the number 5 in the blue color box. So the same number, what number you are going to place in this box, the same number you have to place on the quotient also. Let us continue in the next slide. So I have found out the result should be 5. So I have written 5 as the new divisor. The same number 5 I have written on the top of the quotient also. So now you forget this 1, don't consider this 1. Now take this number 25 and take this number 5. See what is 25 into 5. 25 into 5 is nothing but 125. So what you will do here is, you will write it as 5 into 25, that is equal to 125. So 5 multiplied by 25 equal to 125. On subtracting this, your remainder will be 0. Therefore, to conclude, you can say that the square root of 225 is nothing but 15. So square root of 225 is equal to 15. If you want to check your answer, you can also multiply 15 into 15. You will get the same number, that is nothing but 225. So this is the simplest way. This is the method for performing long division. So be very clear, children. Step number 1, you have to place the numbers according to bars. In one bar you can group 2 numbers. Accordingly you will place the bars. Next, for the first digit you have to find what is a possible number, and that number you have to write it as the quotient. What is the quotient you have written? That number should be multiplied by 2 and you can write it over the next side. Then some number you are going to place in the new divisor. The same number you will place on the quotient also, and you will multiply and check. If you are getting the same number, you have to subtract. If you are getting the remainder as 0, the given number will be a perfect square. These are the steps for performing long division. I have taken a small example, simple example of 225 and explained the method. You can also try for other bigger numbers. Now let's move on to the next method, that is square roots of decimal numbers. Let's see how to perform square roots of decimal numbers. Moreover, the method is same for normal number as well as decimal number. The only small difference here is you will have decimal point. Come on children, let's start. So let's see how to find square root of decimal numbers. So step 1, you should write the number. Step 2, you have to make pairs from the right. For the numbers before the decimal point, we start from right and make pairs. For the numbers after the decimal point, we start from the right of the decimal point and make pairs. So I am going to explain you for finding square root of 17.64. So before decimal point, 17 is one pair, and after decimal point, 64 is the other pair. So now step 2, we have to find that number whose square is less than or equal to 16. So we have already discussed square table. So it is 4 into 4. 4 into 4 is 16. I cannot take 5 because 25 is greater than 17. So we have to go to the choice of taking 4 into 4. So 4 into 4 16. 17 minus 16, the remainder is 1. Now we'll find the remainder as 1. So in the next step, what you have to do is, now there is next is a decimal point. So we have to put the decimal point on the top. So this will become as 4 point. Now we have to bring the next set of numbers down. So our number now will be 164. Our number will be 164. So after this, again I have told you, as I have told you earlier, this number 4 should be multiplied by 2, which will give you the result as 8. Now some number you are going to place next to 8, the same number you will place on the quotient also. So it is ending with 4. So check which are all the options where you can get the result as 4. See, in step 6, you have to find a number which is less than or equal to 164. So it is 81 multiplied by 1 is 81 and 82 multiplied by 2 is 164. We are having 164 here. So we have to pick up the right choice of 2. So the square root of 17.64 will be 4.2. So performing long divisions for both the normal number as well as a decimal number will have the same steps. There is only a small change, that is, for a decimal number you can see a decimal point below, before and after the number. So in both the numbers it is the same step. So this long division is very important, and you have to also be very clear with the square table, that is 1 multiplied by 1 is equal to 1, 2 multiplied by 2 is equal to 4, that is 1 square is 1, 2 square is 4, 3 square is 9, 4 square is 16, 5 square is 25, 6 square is 36, 7 square is 49, 8 square is 64, 9 square is 81, and it goes on. At least be clear till 1 to 9. These are all the important steps for performing square root of any given number by the method of long division. And one more point, children, whatever the method you perform, it may be either prime factorization or long division, you will get the same result. After completing the method, you can verify your answers by multiplying it twice and checking the result, so that you can be very clear that your answer is always correct. So with this introduction concept, we have discussed what is a square number, when will you call it as a perfect square, what is the inverse operation of square, that is square root, and what are some of the important formulas for finding the number of squares in any given digit, and different methods for finding square root of any given number. Number 1, repeated subtraction. Number 2, prime factorization. Number 3, long division. And number 4, long division for decimal numbers. And with this, we have also discussed what is Pythagorean triplet based on Pythagoras theorem. So with this, we are completing the introduction. Now in the next session, we have to start with the first exercise, that is 6.1. Before concluding today's session, children, math is a tool that clarifies thinking, decision making and understanding everyday life. We are unconsciously using math all of the time and every day. So math is a tool that clarifies thinking, decision making and understanding everyday life. We are unconsciously using math all of the time. So thank you very much.